Hey everyone, and welcome to another Overwatch Replay, this week hosted by myself, Yvonne, and we're going to get into a pretty interesting match on Nepal, in which we investigate when it's best to switch off who you are, and why Winston is dope. So let's get into the action. Here you can see our SR ranking. We've dropped down pretty significantly recently, so we're trying to climb back up, but it's hard to when you get paired with people who aren't super kind with what you're doing. But to start off with, we get a whole bunch of people who do the standard thing of going tank and DPS. Thankfully, it wasn't just 4 tanks or 4 DPS, and so we get the healer splits. Julien and I go both healers. You can see I'm Zenyatta, Lucio's Julien is Lucio, and we're gonna head in to see how this goes. Now on Sanctum in Nepal, Lucio is obviously a really good healer and a good offensive strategy because he can boot people off. I like Zenyatta as a combination because he does a lot of heavy damage, and to combine with the people that we had, it would be really good. So here I saw, because of the Discord, that the Junkrat goes into the hallway. I get the call out, I kill Junkrat, but behind me, the Zenyatta takes me out. So they didn't listen to the call out, so several people go down. Eventually Julien takes out the Zenyatta, but now we've lost a lot of the initiative, and I'm not exactly positive how this is going. I'm trying to maintain my healing orb as much as I can. I'm calling out who has the healing orb. I'm trying to make sure that the people who are critical are getting it. Everything is normal. Now, I'm not feeling super confident with my Zenyatta play at this point in time because I don't think the healing that I'm providing is really doing a lot of extra benefit to the team, and my Discord orbs aren't really getting people knocked down as fast as I want. So I'm getting a little worried, but I'm sticking with it as much as I can. Obviously there I could have put the healing orb on, didn't, so failed in that respect. Get back to the point to get trapped, and get executed. So here Lucio, Roadhog doing well. They both have their ults. I'm trying to get back. I'm not doing so well. I can't even outdo the healing that Roadhog is providing for himself. So here I'm really stuck in this position where I don't know exactly who to help, who to attack. I'm trying to put damage on, but also noticing that my team is really not grouping up too much. I am made whole. So as you see here, the Roadhog went in by himself, the Reaper's going in behind. I do have my ult at this point, and I'm going to check to make sure that if the Reaper pops his ult off in the middle of that, I can help him out with my ult that I have ready to go. So he's got the healing orb, he's doing some damage, he's flying around, and here I'm expecting the ult to go off. I hear the ult going off, I see the critical, he heals himself a bunch. And I'm pushing, and hopefully this push is able to really help our team out and get them to the point and taking over the point. And that's what happens. So you see, it was important at that moment to make sure that I was supporting the DPS characters that were there, and it was in a kind of efficient use of the ult in terms of supporting their ult and making sure that we could team up there. Now, Diva launches, there's absolutely no reason to do that. There was no trap set, there was no push from the enemy team, so we have a wasted Diva ult. I'm just trying to stay on the point and make sure that the people are being supported. I hear the call out, I'm trying to hit it as much as possible. Thankfully, Zenyatta's ult can't stop that, and I get knocked off using Orisa's orb off the side. So at this point, I'm feeling that I need to get back to the point as fast as possible. I'm going to do a Winston switch because what I see from their team is that they have a lot of characters that are susceptible to the damage that Winston can put on. Now it's not going to be useful here because I didn't get back in time, but I'm going to be switching to Winston intermittently in the next match and then as the game goes on. You see there that I caught up in healing, so I was doing a decent amount of healing, so I go back to Zenyatta in order to prep for this point attack. But in the back of my mind, I'm always thinking, okay, who do they have on their team? Should I make the switch? I trust Julien enough to make sure that he can handle the healing by himself, even if it's a Lucio. At the SR ranking that we're at right now, it's okay to go with lower healing in order to make up for people not being able to kill it, essentially. Because people often choose DPS when they're on lower skill rankings, and that's just the position of it. So here I'm trying to pocket heal the D.Va. I lose that Roadhog, but make up for it by killing the enemy Roadhog. The D.Va heal doesn't go through enough. I have the orb on Lucio, which is worthless, but I'm kind of trying to search for it. I should be able to take out a Tracer, but she moves around too much, and I'm not able to do it. Now, looking at the team composition, we saw that the enemy team only had the one healer, which would be Lucio. And here we have our team taking stock. And we have a pretty decent amount of tanks, but if I go the third tank, then look at these characters. Junkrat's susceptible, Lucio's susceptible, Tracer's susceptible, and Tracer's really good to target with a Winston. And especially if that D.Va comes out of mech, that's going to be really important. So here, I target Tracer, Tracer goes down immediately. The Mei come down, she's trying to get to that pack, won't be able to. So immediately, that's 2 kills that I'm contributing to, and really adding to the attack. This Junkrat doesn't get out. Boom. There we go. So a lot of damage coming in thanks to the switch to Winston. And I'm feeling pretty comfortable with being able to attack and track all these high mobility characters like Lucio here, D.Va, or Tracer. So I'm getting surrounded by a bunch of people. I really want to target that Lucio. The Roadhog is probably going to turn around and hook me, so I get back to where the rest of my team is to try and drop the barrier to support them on the team. Now, as we're moving through here, I'm just trying to move around as much as possible, not get stuck in one point at any time, and utilize the armor that I have as much as possible. So getting returns to heal so that you have that little bit of armor that Winston has to support him, because armor really protects a lot from damage that sources from. Excuse me for. Now, I get back to the point. No, I got trapped a lot there, but the goal was to put as much pressure on the enemy team as possible. There we go, putting pressure on that Junkrat because he can run. Thankfully, I can get around. I noticed this Tracer coming to the point, so I'm going to pressure her, get her off of our back lines as much as possible. She takes out the Lucio. So here, I switch to my alt form, and I'm just going to be moving around. When you're Winston in alt form, it's good to try and focus somebody. I was trying to focus that D.Va. She switched into a tank. Now I've got Mei on me, which is tough. I can get out, get to those health packs, and even if I'm not putting pressure on the enemy team, I have a little bit of confidence that I don't want to waste my life and give alt charge by just hopping on the point with low life and dying. Now I'm fully restored. I've cut off their ability to get to health packs, especially on their side, and I can come back and put pressure on the enemy. Now, again, we're still contesting, still overtime, so I need to focus on the people that are really going to make sure that they continue, so that Lucio is really trying to focus to stop their healing ability. Unfortunately, because they have the D.Va, it's a little bit more difficult. Again, D.Va's huge armor chunk makes Winston's attack even less damaging than it usually is, and Winston's attack is super low damage output. So I want to target this Mei really badly. I get her to the point where she's almost down, she freezes me, and with the help of the Junkrat is able to take me out. She was so low, I was really frustrated with not being able to get that kill, and again, that's one life where I went in as a tank. I didn't get any kills, didn't stay alive for any reason. That was probably a bad strategy. Needed a better call out to my teammates to make sure that they were grouping up with me to make sure that we could take that Mei down, even if she was isolated in one-on-one combat. Now again here, I'm low. I know that there's a Lucio behind me, but I want to make sure that I have some help so that I can get in, activate my ult if I really need to, so I can challenge the here the ult goes off, but not a lot of damage. Thankfully I can push that Lucio back to the other places. Find that Mei, which is hooked. I drop my barrier. That D.Va's ult is actually trapped inside there. The Roadhog, if he had gotten outside of the bubble, would have been healed, or survived it rather. But he doesn't maintain his momentum. I get out of that, while putting pressure.
Into the
And we're still contesting the point. We haven't given it up, even at 99%. We've had so many waves going in and out. I find that even if I don't have the full armor complement, I can put a lot of pressure here. The mech goes down, Lucio goes down, Zenyatta goes down. I'm trying to target this Riptide that I heard called out. So now it's just a Tracer on point, and I can do a little bit of damage to her. And then again, this Junkrat can get focused, taken down, and that will be the end of that. So there we go. So we went from having a Zenyatta on the point with our team in terms of healing. It's very focused fire. Zenyatta is an awesome character to play with. I really love to work with him. And I should be able to take out a Tracer, but I felt with the mobility that the enemy characters had, I could really focus on people like Lucio and Tracer to really get them down. When we got D.Va out of mech, she's a really squishy target. Love to go after mini D.Vas with Winston. So here I am up top, trying to monitor how the team's going. I prefer to go up and around. This team was looking to go as straightforward as a battering ram. But I want to get a little bit of a height advantage. I'm tired of going straight into it. The Mercy's on me, so I'm trying to be cognizant of the fact that she's attached, running out, but making sure that there's an attempt to fly to me. Unfortunately, there is no ability to do that. I get slapped right in the death animation, so I die due to Junkrat and Ana teaming up. So now I know they have an Ana, which they had switched out to. So their team is actually getting more and more equipped to deal with me as the pressure I'm putting onto them. But there's still not enough pressure, I don't think. The Reaper should be just destroying me. Reaper's very high damage output, should be able to take care of a Winston. But he isn't focusing me, and I'm trying to get out of there as soon as he targets me. I'm focusing the smaller characters that I can get, or teaming up with people. Going through the D.Va block is good because she feels too much pressure. Here, I'm getting a lot of damage put onto me, but I'm also trying to boost that Mercy. There's that triple res that comes out from Julien, really well done there. The hook from Roadhog is super critical to stop that overtake. We managed to grab the point away from the enemy team. And that was a really good push. Kind of by accident there, but it worked out in general. Get slapped by that Ana, but thankfully the team's bad. Now I saw the Ana was low health. I was going to sacrifice myself to get there. Got that small charge from Mercy, but I wanted to make sure that they didn't have healing for their push, and I could get back faster than Ana could anyway because of my ability to jump. Now, setting up, I see this Reaper. I'm going to focus him because he's not running around to me. There's that. I go into the big mode with Winston to try and avoid getting killed by that D.Va ult. And here I'm just mashing it out on the point, looking for targets and trying to thankfully I got that D.Va before she could get back to the mech, putting pressure on that Mei. I tried to drop the shield to protect him, see who I knew was with me. Here, I leap out of the way, so you see when I get stuck, at this point, my goal is, I know that teammates are around me. I don't want them to get hit by this, so I'm going to use my leap to get out of the way. My shield is down, so I can't block it that way. I get out of the way, get back into the range of the Mercy, so she can build her ult charge, and we can be healthy and wealthy together on the point. I see that Reaper going in. He looked a little damaged. Once I see that he's fully healed, I'm going to get out of there as soon as I can. I don't want to face a Reaper on my own. So here I'm back on the point. I'm trying to protect Julien, who is the Mercy, by putting pressure on everybody else, putting that shield down when I could. The D.Va ult. Now I don't think that there's much advantage to mana burst in D.Va, but there was that. I'm really focused on getting damage on that Reaper. I know I'm going to go down, but I want to put damage on him. See this tire coming in, want to avoid it, and just to make sure that I can put pressure on the people coming in behind to make sure that there's no ability for Tracer to get on point, kind of do her things. Anyway, thank you so much for tuning in to this week's Overwatch Replay. My name is Yvonne, and you can always check out some of the other videos we do. On Monday we put out a podcast called the Hungover Podcast. We do a lot of different topics ranging from video games to current political issues and everything in between, movies, TV, and all that jazz. It's really fun, and I think that if you like this kind of stuff where we dialogue and talk things through, you'll really enjoy that podcast. On Fridays, we have our Let's Play Drunk Play series. So we do a Let's Play in several different games. We alternate between single player and multiplayer, and we try to cover as many games as possible, and we get drunk in the process. So if you like us, please check those out. And thank you for listening to this week's Overwatch Replay, and we'll leave you with the play of the game.
Play of the match.
Yeah!
No!